There is a difference between schedules and routines, but they do go hand in hand. My name is Michelle Mahoney. I'm a behavior specialist, and my goal here is to help you with your everyday behaviors in order to have a more productive lifestyle and reach your goals. So here's the thing about schedules and routines. A schedule is something that you follow in order to make sure that your day goes cohesively, right? So let's say you have, a 9 to 5, an 8 to 4, whatever your job schedule is. You will wake up at a certain time, set your alarm, right? You got to get ready for a certain time. You got to leave at your house by a certain time and get to your job for that certain time. Let's say it's 8 to 4, right? So from between 8 and 4, you're going to be at work doing your work duties. After 4 o'clock, you have to decide what you're going to do for the rest of the night. How long does it take you to get home? What time are you going to eat dinner? When are you going to settle down? Do you have a self-care time frame where you do things for yourself? If you have any kind of hobbies or things like that, or you want to go out with your friends. Everything that you do within your day is scheduled time for the most part, right? We have some kind of general idea. Some of us have a more loose schedule. Some of us are more structured, and we like to know what we're doing every, half hour or every hour, every couple hours, something like that. Then we have routines within the schedule. So for an example, if I'm waking up at 6 a.m. every day, I need to decide what my morning routine is. Some of us already do these behaviors every day. We just might not call it our morning routine, but you're doing the same thing, right? Maybe you wake up, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, wash your face, then you get right in the shower, right? Let's say that's your routine. And then you get dressed. Like, for the most part, we do the same things every single day. Those are all learned or habitual behaviors. That would also be your morning routine. Now, if you're somebody that's looking to change your routine, then you need to make sure that you are following that within your schedule. So let's say you got a new job or your time's changed, right? Like, let's pretend now instead of an 8 to 4 job, you're working 9 to 5. This means you can change your schedule or your routines. Now, in some cases, you might say, oh, wow, I have an extra hour. So it's like, okay, what can I do for that hour that maybe I couldn't do before? Maybe you want to exercise or read a book or play a video game. That allows you, any kind of change in your schedule allows you to adapt your routines and your schedule. Why is this helpful for me to differentiate? Because if you're somebody that's having a hard time getting organized or having a hard time pursuing your goals or being productive, it's better for you to have a structured schedule and routines within that schedule. That's because it's going to help you make sure that you're getting the things done that you need to get done. So for an example, if you're waking up and from 6 to 7, that's all your getting ready time, but from 7 to 8, it's, driving to your job and all those things, that doesn't really leave much time to pursue a goal or get something done necessarily. So maybe you want to leave that time for after work. So for an example, for me, I like to wait till my kids go to bed. So usually between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m., it is my time to be productive and do something towards my goals. Me, I have written 3 books. I'm almost completed my 3rd book. But when do I find that time to work on it, right? I have plenty of people that say, I don't know how you do all these things. For me, I constantly have people say, I don't know how you do it all. How do you get things done? How do you find the time? I make the time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just how we use them and divvy them up that matters. So usually by 8 o'clock, I would say the majority of people I know, by 8 o'clock, they want to be sitting on the couch watching a movie or a show or just vegging. Totally fine, do you. But if you have a certain goal that you're wanting to achieve, you have to find time within your day in order to get that done. Now within that, let's say that 8 to 9 time frame, let's say you give yourself an hour, this is where you can come up with a routine within that hour to get the things done that you want. So let's say, I'm gonna use my book example, right? So let's say 8 o'clock, I set an alarm on my phone, kids are in bed, already settled down. My alarm goes off and says, okay, it's time to go to your office, it's 8 o'clock. Now I need to go through my routine to make sure I'm getting to a place where I'm productive. Because I've had plenty of times where I come down here and I'm like, what should I do now? Or, oh, TikTok, or, oh, I got a message, or, oh, I got this. There's so many distractions. So having a routine within your schedule helps you stay on track. So at 8 o'clock, what am I gonna do first? Maybe for me, I'm gonna check my email. Maybe I haven't got a chance to check my personal email all day. This is the time that I do it. Maybe let's say I do that for 15 minutes. Now notice here, within this routine, I'm giving time restraints because we all know it is so easy to fall into that, oh man, I've been looking at my email for 45 minutes now. My hour's almost up and I have not done anything else. Then we get frustrated and guilty and it just goes to shit, right? So what we're going to do is set an alarm for 15 minutes and go through that email, answer as much as we can, or sift through it, delete it, whatever you're going to do. After that timer goes up, you're done email. Move on to the next task. Maybe the next task is opening up your Word document and getting to writing. You can still have small goals within these different time brackets, right? So let's say from 8:15 to 8:30 now, I'm going to write as much as I possibly can. In my brain, I can still have a goal of saying, I want to write 300 words, right? So I know now it's going to give me some motivation to sit there for that 15 minutes, write as much as I possibly can, and try to hit my goal of 300 words. This is giving me that pocket of time with some motivation in my head to say, this is what I want to do. After that timer goes off, now you can go back and check, see if you met your words or not. Sometimes we will get in a mode where we're like, wow, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to do. Whatever, that's fine, because that's only 15 minutes. So if you are even finding yourself, because again, this is your schedule. If you find yourself after like the first 5 minutes, nothing's coming out, you can stop that timer and go do something else that's on your to-do list. We don't want to be non-productive, right? But if you need that 15 minutes also to just brainstorm or think, like use the 15 minutes in a way that can be productive for you. Okay, so now I've already gotten through a half hour of my hour blocked time. Now I might want to be creative. Maybe I want to work on the cover, or if there's pictures in my book, or maybe I want to journal, or just kind of hang out and color, whatever. Schedule yourself that time. Now I know people will say, oh my gosh, I don't want my whole life to be scheduled. I get it. Your whole life doesn't have to be scheduled. This is just for when you are wanting to be productive and you're finding a hard time doing that because you will go off and doom scroll on your phone for hours and hours, and then you're like, oh shoot, I didn't do anything that I wanted to do. You can schedule time in for the doom scrolling as well, right? We can all do that. Like for me, I like to doom scroll maybe like a half hour before dinner because my kids are outside. Usually they're caught up with the neighbors and things like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go lay on the couch, catch up on my social media, do whatever I want to do, and just veg for like 30 minutes because my alarm's gonna go off at 6 o'clock to be like, all right, get up and cook dinner. I do like to live by alarms because it prevents you from going into those rabbit holes or doing nothing for too long. I like TV and movies just as much as the next person. I just don't do it very often because for me, it wastes the majority of my time where I want to be doing other things. Like I want to be reading or writing or creating. I want to do those things. And if you are somebody that wants to do those things, then you're going to have to set up those parameters for you to do so. So your whole life doesn't have to be scheduled by a timer or by doing it this way. It's just to give you those productive like power hours. So before you set up these routines, you're going to want to obviously make like a to-do list or a dump list, whatever, to say, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? What are my goals, right? So you're going to have a sit down session with yourself and say, I do want to be productive or organized. Like, what do I want to come from this hour? Maybe it's even just budgeting. Maybe you're like, hey, my finances are a mess and I need to sit down and budget and get that done accordingly. Okay, then make time in your day for that to happen. Set yourself a timer because again, if I know budgeting, that can go in a bunch of different ways as well. And especially if you're not in a good place, you can get down on yourself and get really upset. And sometimes it can be a bad thing. Sometimes it can be a really fun thing and you're putting up saving goals and things like that. But again, any activity can send us down a spiral. So we just want to make sure we're checking in with ourselves and that we're not spending too much time on something that doesn't need to be done right at that moment when we have so many other things on our plate. So on my website, I'm going to leave the link down below of a couple of different forms that you can use and download for free to help you get in these organized states of mind, to-do lists, and things like that. This is going to help you be productive, set up those time schedules or routines to help you get in a mode of being more productive and organized as your final goal. If you're looking to find more ways to be productive and organized, then definitely subscribe down below, and liking this video always is super helpful for me, so I really appreciate it. Also, I want to ask you, what are some things that you are finding that you want to work on or improve? What are your goals? What is something I can help you with as a behavior specialist? So again, if you're not already following me, definitely subscribe, like this video, definitely check out my website for some free printables that you can use today to help you get yourself more organized. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.